Hello HEMA friends and welcome to the second episode of the Tactical Swordsman. Today we give a look to the concept which I call learning from a draw. Learning from a draw is a simple concept. It may happen after an exchange which ended in a perfect draw where no one was able to hit the opponent, or after any kind of double if the context is playful, like sparring, or competitive, like tournaments. The goal is to figure out what happened during the exchange in a brief amount of time, to be able to replicate what triggered the opponent reactions in the first place, to make them happen again when you want, while profiting from them in the meantime. But before I show you today's examples, I want to take a few seconds to say thank you to all my patrons. It is thanks to their donations if I am able to keep up my work and my training during these strange times. And remember people that if you want to join my Patreon community too, you simply have to click the link in the video description. A huge amount of additional contents awaits you, together with our new Discord server, which will give you direct access to me. Very good, let's jump into today's examples. In this first example, my student Gabri defends himself from one of my standard actions he's used to deal with. Feinted thrust on the inside line, reverso fendente on the outside line. But he doesn't find a way to profit from this action, so he retreats back. While seeing this, I take my time and distance to think and lay down my plan. Then I land the same feint as before, to make my opponent's defensive reactions trigger again, and I land a reverso sottano, striking his exposed arms from below, and I flee toward my right side, away from his sword. The second example is quite interesting because it's related to the same motor scheme of my opponent, but happened 6 months before the first one. During a brief exchange of blow, I noticed that Gabri is using his finestra to parry my fendente. But this time I can't reliably replicate the same exact exchange because it was, to me, the fruit of too much variables. And so I make the parry happen in another way. I beat my opponent's sword aside, toward my left, and I rely on the fact that, knowing my way of fencing, Gabri would expect a reverso fendente from there. But instead of the reverso, I land a mandritto toward the exposed arms I noticed in the previous exchange. Very good, 2 simple examples about how to learn from a draw. As you can see, they are slightly different. The first one uses mainly the plain observation of the situation, while the other one uses other components, like my knowledge of that specific opponent. Nevertheless, both of them are tactics built on top of various layers of the opponent expectation. And we will explore all these nuances in the future episodes. Thanks for watching people, and as always, see you next time.